Hi everyone, it's Fading Dragon. Now we are on the middle of February and so far I have inked 5 more pens and ink combination which I cannot wait to tell you what I have. So let's get to it. The first pen and ink combination is Journal Disbelief and I ink it in my newest pen, Asvine J16 with medium yellow nib. The Journal Disbelief is more on the greenish yellowish side, which usually I'm not really a fan of, but I think I fell in love with this color because I put it inside this wonderful pen with a nice writing experience, so I cannot put this combination down at all. So this is my newest pen in my collection. I bought this pen without really knowing that it is a piston pen. Well, I am always in need for more Yuwoni pen. This just fits it perfectly. Also, it is made from ebonite. The moment I see this colorway, I fell in love immediately just because I started my new work which works with sustainability, and this colorway is what I see almost every day when I zoom into the maps to see the trees and the waters. I love how it looks from this side, but unfortunately on this side it has way too much screen area, but I try not to think about it too much, and overall I really love how this pen looks. As for the writing, this pen's grip is so comfortable. I love it so much. I am worried though, this is a piston filler, and looking at the reviews that some people had for the Asvine J16 in titanium, they wrote some warning that it may easily break. I don't know if it's like break here or on the piston mechanism. So while I love almost everything about this pen, I am also quite wary of it, and so we shall see how it goes. I got this pen with medium nib. At first, I wanted to put my specialized nib inside this pen because I still have some spare ones that does not have any pen body with them. But this Yowo medium nib in this pen is just so great. I love writing with it. It felt amazing. It is even better compared to the Asvine V126 that I have here. Well, the 126 use bulk nib, so this one was okay, but I think I love the J16 more. Aside from this one, I was also interested with the Petrified River colorway. It's the orange one, although I am holding off for now because one, I am not sure about the mechanism if it can hold or not, and second, I spotted that the orange have dark blue color in it. Like if it is orange and dark brown, I'm totally fine by it and I wanted to buy it, but because it has the dark blue, it made me double think. So I will hold off for that for now, and if there are any new colorway, maybe something in purple, I may consider getting another one. As for color comparison, because this is more on the yellow leaning green, I don't really have that much green ink to compare as this is not really my favorite shade of color. So it's yellower. The second pen and ink combination is Journal This Emotions. I put it inside this Lamy 2000 with medium 14 karat gold nib. This Lamy 2000 is not in rotation yet. So usually when I ink a pen, I choose from the one that has not been inked for the longest time and then go from oldest to newest. But with this one, I suddenly felt that I miss writing with this pen, so I just ink it and I don't follow the soft rule that I made, and that's totally fine. It just surprised me that I miss this pen and the writing experience with it, considering that I was not really a fan of the writing with this pen and that it is still heavier than what my hands are comfortable with. I somehow miss this pen, which is so weird. And usually when I write with another pen, my writing angle is more on the lower side, but with this pen, I usually write a bit higher than normal, and that's where the soft spot is. I already know where the soft spot now and I can comfortably write with this pen right now. But I'm still considering and thinking if on the Dutch pen show whether I should widen the soft spot or just let it be as is. Well, I still have, let's say, 3 to 4 months to think about it, so maybe that's why I wanted to ink this pen. It's to gauge whether I need the nib master or not before the registration open and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised. Why did I ink this in the first place? I don't know. I just missed the writing experience with this. Maybe that's what made people fall in love with Lamy 2000. Journal this emotions is on the teal that is leaning more on the greeny side. So out of all the ink swatches that I have here, it is the closest with Lamy Petrol. And journal this I'm Oceans by itself, it is still starky still. It also have a sheen, and the writing with this ink is also on the softer side. And that's what draws me to inks in general, that the color is not really on your face, but it is more on the softer side. Alright, the next one is Diamine Ink Fan 2025 Chaos. It's from D21. I feel it inside my Jinhao 82 Loom medium nib. Writing with this pen and nib combination is always a great delight. I love my Loom medium nib. It's been quite a while as well since I last inked this pen. I wanted to ink it last time, but because I wanted to use shimmer ink and I try not to use some of the comforters and only just contain the shimmers within some comforters, and so I waited a bit until I inked this one. Well, Chaos is an extreme sheen ink, so it's totally fine if I use my other comforter, but I also don't want it to stain my other comforter, so that's why I just decided to wait until I clean another pen and just use the comforter with this pen. So Chaos by itself, it is a reddish purple ink, but the sheen is super extreme with this. It is a very bright green sheen, and on writing, it is mostly covered with sheen. The base color is different from Lamy Dark Lilac 2024, but the sheen is pretty similar to each other, although Chaos seems to be shinier and it may stick, although I'm not so sure, since with sheening ink I am usually much more cautious and I don't really write with it that much in my journals or such, and so I think I almost fulfilled the comforter, so I may have a problem in writing this pen dry. Oh well, if I don't write this dry, it's fine. I can just drop the ink on somewhere and make some art with it. Oh, maybe I can show you what I did with my leftover inks. So this is like a sketchbook that I use at first to practice my watercolor, but then it's not really going that well with this watercolor, so I just stopped using it for that purpose. And so I try to do some inky art sometimes. So this one is that, yeah, I try to finish off some of the inks inside comforter, but I don't feel like doing anything else with it, so I just drop them into this page. Oh, this one are some watercolors. So it was quite a while since I last did any watercolors, so these two were just like warming up and trying to play around with watercolor more. And this is what I did lately. So I dropped some of the leftover inks on the comforter, on the paper, and then I used the ink modeler just to like go left and right and make lines like this. And it's not finished yet. I can still see some empty spots where I can put some of the inks, and it's a good way to not waste my inks, although most of the time I usually forget about it and just clean it down the drain, and when I am done with the cleaning, then that's the moment where I remember to use it for something else. The next pen and ink combination is the pen that I ink on Valentine's Day. It's Monteverde Rose Noir, and I fill it inside my Platinum Century 3776 with medium 14 karat gold nib. I fell in love with this ink immediately when I swatched it. I got it from the Exploring box from inksample.nl last December. Yeah, what a perfect ink to ink on Valentine's Day, isn't it? So just like the Lamy 2000, this Platinum 3776 is not supposed to be ink yet, but I felt the need to ink it because I missed the nib that goes with this pen, and so I did. I love the feedback still. I cannot stop writing with it. The only sad thing about this pen is that there is a step down between the body and the grip section. I wish that the grip section is a bit longer. I think I can just ignore that step down just because the nib with the feedback is just so nice and wet. It's a good combination with this ink, I think. Although small complaint about this ink and paper, this Monteverde Rose Noir feather on this Yusari paper. I don't know if you can see it like on the bottom part of the 6. Since I thankfully use Loom River paper for my other papers, I don't have any problems with this pen and ink combination. And when I need to write with Yusari paper and this combination, I just close my eyes and pretend that the feather does not exist. The Monteverde Rose Noir is looking very delicious. When I write with it, I feel like I want to eat it somehow. I don't know. There's something about this color that are just so pleasing to the eye. It is softer than Roaring Cleaner Alt Bordeaux. Alt Bordeaux is more like red leaning, while Heban Poisir de Lune is darker than Rose Noir. And so, the last one that I have here is Diamine Ink Fan 2025 Pineapple Spritz. This is a pigment chameleon ink. It has the yellow shimmer and green shimmer on some angles, although I don't think I will be able to get it right now. I feel it inside my Jinhao 80 with Lamy broad nib. And out of all the ink pens that I have this month, this one is the most horrible, I feel. You will see in a second why. So as you can see, it is a yellow ink, and yellow ink means that there is a huge chance that it is too light to be legible, and that is the case with this Diamine Pineapple Spritz, which is quite a sad thing because I kinda am searching for the good yellow that I can use just when I feel like having it. And at first when I swatched this Diamine ink pen when opening it in December, I thought that this ink would be my yellow ink, like that yellow ink. But unfortunately, it is not. Well, the pineapple spritz is a yellow that is leaning up slightly a bit on the greener side. I think if it is yellow, I prefer it to be more on the orange side. And the shimmer also did not help with legibility. I tried to use broad nib together with this ink, but I don't think it helped at all. And for the converter itself, I previously used this dream catcher, which is a blue with red sheen. It's an extreme sheen ink, and apparently I didn't really clean it that well. So when I fill this pen with this ink, I can see some bluish part on the top of the converter, which I was hoping that it would help with legibility, but in the end it didn't really help. So I'm quite disappointed with this combination just because I cannot read what I write. I don't know, maybe I can mix with something. I'm still considering it, either mixing it with something else or just clean the pen out and accept the fact that I cannot really write with this ink. If you have Diamine ink fan calendar from 2025, have you used the pineapple spritz yet? And if you did, then what did you do to make it legible? I just have two other cards here to compare. So Pineapple Spritz is at the very least legible compared to Benonian Nutkelte. It is yellower compared to Pelican Edelstein Golden Beryl. So yeah, these are the 5 pens that I have inked for the middle of February, I just noticed that all of these are more on the green side. Like I have 3 green pens here and 1 blue and 1 black. Surprisingly, 3 of them are also gold trim, which I don't really have much of since I prefer silver trim. Anyway, what do you think of all of this? Which one calls to you more out of these 5? Let me know and see you on the next one. Bye bye!